program are not those of intellectualradio.com, its subsidiaries, or sponsors. Encouraging, educating, and empowering you into action. This is Warriors Talk with your host, Lady ReShell.
Hello. Welcome to Warriors Talk with author and founder Lady ReShell, where we move away from awareness towards action. This is Relationship Monday, and we are in our relationship debate. This is part 4. We just heard from Roman with the Drive at 5. Keep it locked right here on Intellectual Radio and allow us to feed your brain. The show is being sponsored by Emanuel C.O.G.I.C with Pastor Michael Richardson, located at 3058 West Van Buren in Chicago. They are still practicing social distancing. You can catch the Word of God every Sunday morning at 10:15 a.m. on the Facebook page, Emanuel C.O.G.I.C. Our quote for today is, "Sometimes two people have to fall apart to realize how much they need to fall together." Joining me right now is none other than ReShell Gilmore, motivational speaker, cancer activist, and the founder of the Gal Foundation. What's up, ReShell?
Hey, Lady ReShell.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but you're frozen. Okay, there you go. You're moving.
Awesome. All right. So let's get into our topic. Again, this is week 4 of the relationship debate. And if you have missed the first 3 parts of the show, go over to Intellectual Radio on YouTube and look for Warriors Talk and get caught up. We're talking about different subjects that men and women, because we don't agree on everything all the time, but here are some hot topics that men and women probably will not agree upon. And we talked about, would you delete your social media for a relationship?
I will have to say yes. And reason being because I've seen social media destroy a lot of relationships. They've broken a lot of marriages. It's done a lot of things. If I feel as though that my social media is going to cause problems in our relationship, friendship, marriage, or whatever the case, then I don't need social media to validate what I have going on. I would rather keep my relationship. Then it varies. It do vary because that is a way that I do keep in touch with a lot of people. As long as I'm not doing anything deceitful or mischievous or anything like that, then, hey, look, this is how me and the family communicate. This is how I stay current on topics or current events and things. So, yeah, I mean, I would, though.
So I wouldn't, only because I use my social media for my brand. So like I said, I would just not be friends. And I've done it before to where I was dating a guy and we just was not friends on Facebook, because every time I would put something on Facebook, he would think that it was related to him or it was related to our relationship. So we just unfriend each other so that I didn't have to worry about him being on my page, being an Inspector Gadget. So sometimes you shouldn't, because it'll cause issues. And depending on what you're doing, that conversation should be had, not on Facebook, but the two of you should be having a conversation about maybe some boundaries, the do's or don'ts when it comes to Facebook. Because sometimes people can go overboard. I have people in my inbox leaving things under my pictures, and I've had to block a couple of people, because of what they have said. So I think we should have that conversation like, hey, okay, this is how we're going to act when we're on Facebook. These are your do's and don'ts. And you think like this is a grown person. You really shouldn't have to have this conversation. They should know, right? But you do, because some people their relationship do get messed up because of Facebook. But I say if it gets messed up because of Facebook, that's probably because the foundation wasn't as strong.
Well, that could be, but no matter how respectful the picture is, no matter how well taken or how innocent it is, it still can have some type of negative thought or in someone's eyes, like you said, was she sending subliminal messages towards me with her writing this or saying this or like different things? But, that would be my personal page, because my personal page and my business page are two different things. So with my business thing, I had to invite you to that. So I still would keep that, because business is business. That's how we get the bread on the table. So she has to understand that.
So you would keep your business page.
I would definitely keep my business page. I definitely keep those two separate. Business and my personal don't mix.
Okay. So the next one is, how important is being submissive in a relationship? And that could be both parties, not just necessarily the one.
I'm thinking, I don't think it's, as long as we're in agreement about things and you ain't trying to wear the pants in this relationship, because that's where the problem comes in. A lot of women likes to try to wear the pants.
What does that mean?
They want to be the alpha. They want to be the alpha female in the relationship. You can't have two alphas. Somebody got to bow down and let somebody lead the way. Somebody got to be the beta.
Okay. I think you could have two alphas in a relationship. You have to know your place and not bowing down and say, hey, okay, I don't like those choice of words. Like, nobody should be bowing down to anybody in a relationship.
You're going to have like two gorillas going at it in the jungle then.
Not necessarily.
You have two silverbacks just going at it.
If you have two go-getters in a relationship, you have two people that know how to get things done, that's not playing games, and they're hustling, getting their money, then you could have a strong relationship. It's only when you want somebody to be subservient to you and you feel like, oh, this person is supposed to serve me. And most of the time, the people who's wanting that, they're not even up to par, with what they're supposed to be doing, but they want somebody to serve them. They want somebody to be submissive. But you can't make anybody be submissive if you are a person if your character, your aura, and everything that you bring to the table, it should make a woman want to be submissive to you, not you having to have that conversation with her like, hey, I want you to be submissive. These are things that you should be doing. That should come naturally because of the person that you are.
That's what I was about to say. As long as a man can lead, then a woman will submit naturally. You don't have to ask or say anything or whatever. It'll come naturally. That's what I was just about to say. So I agree.
I think that the woman should, you should have the conversations about, okay, what role am I playing? Do we believe in gender roles? Because a lot of people be like, no, we could be equal. You don't have to necessarily come home and cook. You don't have to you don't have to do the dishes and all of this. So a lot of times, they want to be equal. They say, okay, we split everything 50-50. And if you're doing it the way society said you should do it, or the old-fashioned way, then that means that the man is paying all the bills and the woman is at home and she's cooking and she's cleaning and she is, taking care of the household. But we know that a lot of families need this two-family income coming in. So a lot of times, not necessarily if the woman is wearing the pants, but she's having to carry some of that weight.
No, well, what happens is some women, they still want the man to provide and do all of those things, but they don't want to do the cooking and the cleaning and all that stuff of taking care of the home like they're supposed to do. Because back in the older days, as we say, the man took care of the house, and the man provided and did all those things, and then the woman did the X, Y, and Z stuff. She picked up the other slack. But nowadays it doesn't work like that. They still want the man to provide, and still they don't want to do the X, Y, and Z stuff.
I think that, let me read this comment before I say. Jerry said, thank you guys for tuning in. Do me a favor, y'all know the drill. Like, share the show. We're talking about the relationship debate here on Intellectual Radio, and we value your input. So, keep the comments coming. So Jerry says they have to communicate with each other so that they can agree on how things will run. And I agree, you have to have those conversations, not just assume that this is how this is going to work because that's how it worked in your last relationship. Have those conversations. I think that the man is still the head, whether I'm working and bringing in half of the income or not. The man is still the head. He's still to do the majority of what needs to be done when it comes to providing. And the woman, so when it comes to like cleaning up and cooking and stuff like that, okay, babe, since I'm working too, let's figure out how we're gonna do the cooking. I'll cook 4 days a week, and you not necessarily have to cook, but okay, maybe we're gonna eat out. He'll provide what we're gonna eat when we're eating out. But as far as cleaning, okay, what is he best at doing around the house? What am I best at doing around the house? Let's do it that way. If he says, well, babe, I don't want to have to worry about housework, I want you to have to worry about that. Okay. Then that's what I worry about. And I'll be like, okay, babe, I want you to make sure that the trash is taken out. Make sure that my car is always gassed up, is washed, the oil is changed. I don't have to worry about that. In the wintertime, I come out, the car is already heated. Like the grass is cut, all of those so-called manly things that a man is supposed to do. I think it's all about compromise. So what works best for you in your household?
Yeah, it's all about how you're going to set the boundaries for y'all's partnerships, because everybody say they want a partner. They want to build with a partner. It's always partners. Okay, so then let's be partners. Then let's do that. Let's be partners.
Yeah. Kenya says, me personally, I don't mind being submissive if we both are following God. Then yes, I will fall back and let him lead. And that's the thing. Who is he following? If you know that he's following God, then yeah. So if you know that he's not following God, do you not follow him? I mean, he's still the head. Do you just not follow him because you feel like, oh, he's not following God, so I'm not gonna follow him? So do you still supposed to be submissive because that's your husband, whether he's following God or not? Does the Bible tell you only to follow the husband if he's following God, or does it say just to be submissive?
Things that make you go, that was a good one.
Kenya said, let him lead. Let the man lead. Women, we have to learn how to lead from behind, which we do anyway. We have to learn how to lead and to make him think that he's leading. You don't have to like shove your ideas into his face like, babe, no, that's not working. You so stupid. We did that last time and we lost all our money. No, don't do that. Just be like, okay, babe, I see that it didn't work last time. What else do you come up? What else can you come up with? Well, what about this? This may work. Let's try this. You just got to be really strategic, when you want to get him to do something, and not that you're being manipulative, but you just have to be really, as they would say, cunning to try to get him to do, what needs to be done, or just have that conversation and be like, okay, babe, this is not your strong area. Okay. And this is not my strong area. So, you take care of the bills because you're strong in that area. You're good with saving money. I'm always shopping. So you take care of that. I'll take care of XYZ. So just try to figure out whatever your strong area is. Then those people, you be over that. So it'll balance out. The household won't be, devastated because you just keep sitting there watching this person lose all of this money, or he's fixing things around the house, but he's really not fixing things around the house. It's just really just making stuff worse. And then we got to go out and hire somebody anyway. Like, okay, let's just be smart about this. You just got to sit down and have those hard conversations and not be afraid to,
Well, that comes with knowing the type of man that you have. Do you know him? I mean, what was he doing beforehand? Can you trust him to do things around the house? How has his track record been before? Has he fixed anything, or he's never did it? Now, don't get me wrong. You go right on YouTube and get a whole bunch of DIY, do-it-yourself videos, and that'll help totally. Then that's for men or women, and figure things out. Save yourself a couple bucks.
I agree with Jerry. She said, I agree, let the man lead. If he's leading correctly and not abusing his power, then she'll gladly follow. And then she also says, pray for him and gently lead him back to the Lord. You can't fuss and fight and always pointing out that he's wrong, he's going to hell because, he ain't following the Lord. Like, he's not going to be listening. He's going to shut out everything that you say. He's going to shut it out. He's going to stop coming home. He's going to come home late when he knows that you're sleeping because he don't want to hear that. So, you can't. It's what's saying you get more bees with honey than you do vinegar. So you got to know your power, ladies. We have power, and you have to know the power that you possess with the man that you chose, and learn his ways so that you'll know, what to do and how to do it when it comes to him.
That's right. Especially if you're there and you're pointing out everything that I wasn't in the relationship instead of everything that I was, that becomes a big problem. You're right. Men don't want to come home to that. They don't. We don't want to deal with it. We already got enough going on out there in the streets, needing support and being the man and being a black man, and then to come home and like get a double dose. Nope. You got so many men that'll just sit in the car, go in the backyard, just need that quiet time just to get away from everything and everybody.
Okay, let me see. I got another comment. Kenya says, I fully agree. You have to know your mate. Ain't nothing wrong with stroking your man's ego. If you don't stroke it, somebody else gonna stroke it. So you better stroke it and be genuine with it. He'll know when you're not genuine. Ain't nothing wrong with stroking his ego, because trust me, when he go to work, the secretary at work is gonna stroke it. They're gonna be like, "Hey, Rizal, you look so nice. Oh, you smell good." And and when you left her, she didn't want to give you a kiss. So yeah.
Don't send a man out there hungry and what? Because there's a woman waiting with a sandwich and well, this is PG-13. I'm not going to say all those things here on Intellectual Radio and Warriors.
If I have a sandwich, then we save money. That's money he ain't got to spend on lunch. I'm just kidding. Okay, well, we're talking about the relationship debate. Okay, so another debate I have is, can I have a work husband? Or can you have a work wife? Or a gym husband or a gym wife? Like, is that against the rules in our relationship?
I wouldn't say it's against the rules in the relationship. But of course, if you're working with somebody and you're around them 24/7, you're going to develop some type of relationship. Hopefully it's not going to be a relationship that turns into more than what it's supposed to be that you have with your husband or anything, and y'all begin sleeping together. Being friends, you want to call him your work husband? Hey, fine, because you're with her for 8 hours and then I got her for the other 16. So we're splitting the time between the two. So I can understand about the work wife and the work husband thing, because y'all there together all day together, in and out. You're sharing lunch, maybe breakfast, and it could be maybe a late dinner, depending on what your hours is or whatever the case. So yeah, I can say, I'm not going to say it's off limits. But again, with that, there's boundaries with that as well.
Okay, well, Kenya said, I don't believe in a work husband. Like, I don't believe in that, sister. Well,
Kenya,
you only get one wife, so you don't need a work wife. No, nope, absolutely not. I totally disagree. A lot of relationships are formed at work because you spend a lot of time with people at work. No, again, boundaries. You have to set up boundaries. No, don't even form your lips to say, that's my work wife. No, it's not. No, you have a relationship with people at work. They're your coworkers. Jerry says, I'm okay with some of the work relationships. Both folks got to know their boundaries. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. Like, we have an issue letting people know where they stand in our life. And that's where the issues come up. Because people think that they have this access to us that they really shouldn't have. You shouldn't have access to my husband as a so-called wife. No, he only has one wife. We're not doing that. What is it? Polygamy? We're not doing that. That's where most of the cheating goes on. Yes, Kenya, at work. Yes, on lunch. Yes, those late nights that we're working. Yes, that's where most of it goes on. It's easy. I don't even have to meet you after work. Nope.
Look, the comments is coming in tonight.
I totally agree with that.
It's part 4. They showed up tonight on part 4.
So you cannot have a work wife. I'm sorry. You can't. Nope. I'm your wife at work and at home. Okay. Cadillac says no. He don't agree with that either. No, unless he's my real husband. No, absolutely not. We're not playing those games. Then it can roll over to, okay, yeah, let's take this a step further since we pretending. Absolutely not. All right. So Rizal, you said yeah. I said no.
I said yeah with boundaries. It's like almost guilty with an explanation.
Yeah. So Rizal is willing to share. I'm not willing to. I'm stingy. We're not sharing. All right. So the next one, let me see, which one do I want to do? Should you turn down your sexy because you're in a relationship?
No.
Why not?
Because that's probably what got him there in the first place. Don't change who you are. If that's who you are, you love being sexy. That's the way I met you. That's the way I want to keep you. Stay sexy for me. Yes. Don't turn down no sexy.
Kellex says cheating starts there. Cheating starts at work. It sure does. Jerry says you got to know your mate, then you got to know how to proceed. Why you got to still be sexy? Like, we with each other now. We don't got to be sexy for nobody else. That's just enticing other people.
Hold on, you just froze. So I got a picture.
I didn't freeze. I'm still here.
You gonna blame me this time?
I'm blaming you this time because I'm not frozen. So I mean, I say be sexy to a certain extent. Like, if you're a woman and you got your boobs all out, you got a really short, tight skirt on, we can see through it. Like, oh yeah, okay, that may be how he met you, but I guarantee you he don't want you to keep dressing like that. Unless he pimping you and he trying to, make you make some money for him. He don't want you dressing like that. So yeah, you're gonna have to tone it down a little bit if you dress like that.
As they say, poquito.
What is Kenya saying? That's just like people say that my sister, that's not your sister, is my mother or my dad. Oh, didn't have her. I don't play those games. Exactly. You didn't come from my mom or my daddy. No, we're not doing that. Jerry says, no, don't change your sexy. You ain't got to change who you are because you're in a relationship. Yep. No, keep your sexy.
Yes, keep your sexy. We like seeing that sex.
They need that. All right.
I like checking my woman out all the time. Like, ooh, look at her. I can't wait to get home.
You want the other men to be looking and commenting?
That's a compliment. Yes.
I think men like it to a certain extent. If she dresses overly sexy, I think some men probably be embarrassed. They'd be like, oh my God, okay. She got her boobs falling all out.
Well, hopefully not, because any man like babe, nah, that's not gonna work tonight.
But that's how you met her.
But no.
That's how you met her. So now you like turn down your
because if she got boobs falling out and stuff, that's not sexy. That's just being straight up ratchet and raggedy. I didn't meet you raggedy. I met you sexy. Because now she raggedy. No, she raggedy.
When you met her, you just thought it was sexy at the time.
No. Well, me as a man, I'm going to tell her and let her know, no, that right there isn't going to work. Look at you. You can't even keep them in. You got to be able to keep the girls in. Can't keep the girls in. We can't go out.
When I met you, they was halfway out. So now you don't want them out. Cadillac says sexy and kinky are different. Okay, Cadillac, where your man at? Jerry said there are different ways of being sexy. It does not have to be provocative, clothing, or showing your body parts. But that's how you met me, though. Classy, not trashy, Kenya said.
Shoot, we could be sitting at a blackjack table and you could be fully clothed, but just the way that you look at me or just the way that you maybe blow smoke or something, that could be sexy. So it's a lot of different ways of being sexy. Like you said, it's not just with boobs hanging out. You got on a short, tight mini dress. Yes, I'm going to look and I'm going to be proud. I'm going to say, that's my baby. I'm going to sing the Usher song. There goes my baby. Yes.
All right. Rizal said, don't turn down your sexy. He likes the boobies and stuff hanging out.
Yes. Let it all hang out. Nah.
Maybe I said dress how you feel, but be respectful. Like however you dress, men are visual, so you just have to be careful because you attract what you are. So if you dress
That's the thing, because if you
mean
put sexy out there, men are going to think sex, and
sexy
then you wonder why they.
sexy
And
does
then
not mean we're gonna keep talking at the same time. Sexy does not mean that you got your boobies out. You could have on you could be fully covered and still look sexy. It doesn't mean that that you have to be showing anything. I'm sorry, go ahead, Rizal.
I forgot. It's okay.
Okay. All right. So the next one is, when is it too soon to say I love you?
When is it too soon? I don't think it's never too soon. Honestly, I think we need more love. That's one of the problems, because people are just scared. They don't have the confidence to say it because they think the other one is going to maybe take it and do something else with it. But shoot, we need more love in this world. That's one of the problems now.
So we've been dating a month and we spending some time together, and I tell you that I love you.
Hey, is it my fault that you see something in me that I didn't see in myself, because this is why you're telling me that you love me? You can't blame me. Maybe you see more than just liking me. So you can't say somebody feeling, there's no time on somebody's feelings about, oh, it's only a month and you telling me that you love me, that's scared. No, maybe I see something that you don't see. And this is why I'm saying it. Maybe you hitting that list hard. Everything is checked off, the vibe, the connection, the chemistry, everything is right there. Like there's nothing else. I can't breathe without you. I'll take the bullet for you. Maybe they honestly do love you.
Maybe
I don't think there's a time.
Maybe it's lust.
You always got to throw the lust thing in there.
And
why can't it be love?
Because you don't even know me. We only been dating a month.
Why not? If we've been kicking it every single day and we've been talking, I know enough. You know how we just said, like, if I just met you for a month and I love you and we're heading down that direction, because I clearly say, we did say in like 3 months, is that a good time? Would you get married in 3 months? I will have the rest of my life to get to know you. But who I fell in love with is your spirit. That's who I fell in love with. You and your spirit is two totally different things.
Okay, Rizal said, yeah, he'll fall in love in a month. Cadillac says he was saying that you want your woman sexy but not kinky. You don't want her showing everything. No, you don't. Because believe me, somebody else gonna approach her and she's gonna be like, because if she's dressing for you and she knows that you don't like that, then that means she's dressing for somebody else.
Well, men are more intrigued with what's hidden than what's revealed. And this goes back to knowing the type of woman that you have. Yeah, she may dress like that, she may look like that, but just know when you're out, don't be just know the type of woman that you have.
Because if that's how she dressed when she's out with her girls, she's dressed the same way. So if the men are looking while you're there, and when you're not there, what you think they're doing?
Let them look. Of course, they're going to try. No matter. Look, I've seen women in Walmart with a bonnet, some leggings, and some flip flops on, and dudes still trying to holler. So it'll make a difference what they got on or what they looking like. If there's some type of shape that they can see and they thinking in their mind like, "Ooh, I would love to test drive that and see how it is and let it go," they gonna holler no matter what you got on, whether you got a boob hanging out or not, whether you looking sexy or not. It's gonna happen. So no matter where you are, what you got on, dudes, men are going to try. There
are some desperate people out there that will try. Kelly said, when you feel it's love, it don't have a time. There's no time limit on it.
Exactly.
Kenya says a man will definitely let you know how he feels or not feel. That's true. And listen, when they say it, ladies, listen, because a lot of times when a man tell us how they feel or even show us by their actions we tend to fill in the gaps thinking that, oh no, it's not that way. This is how it is. He said he didn't want to be in a relationship. Yeah, well, I don't either, but I really do. But, I'm just going to have this time with him and see what happens. Then a couple of months down the line, you're like, what are we doing? I want to be in a relationship. He just told you that he does not want to be in a relationship. So there's nothing that you can do to change his mind. What he's really saying is he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you.
Well, what about the men who do open up and want to be in a relationship, but the women don't want to be in a relationship?
We're not talking about them.
What about them?
We're not even talking about them.
Ain't about them right now.
Because they always want to be in a relationship. So it's like, no,
no, they don't.
They always
No, they don't. They don't. Look, write that down on the paper because that's going to be another topic for us.
When they open up and say, yeah, I want to be in a relationship, but then the actions don't line up with what you say.
That's like if I say, Lady ReShell, I love you. I wanted to be with you for the rest of my life. And now you looking like the deer in headlights and you like, oh my God, what do I say? Because the feelings aren't the same. The feelings aren't mutual. So the way I feel, I want you to catch up to my level. I could be on level 10, you on level 3. Then as time go by, you're like, hey, it was very overwhelming for me. That's just too much for me right now. I like you, but I haven't warmed up to you enough. And now we 3 months down the line, and now here you are. Now you up on level 10, but because I fell back and withdrew what I had put forth in the beginning, now I'm on level 3, and it's just an up and down thing going on.
We weren't meant to be then. Your actions don't line up. We weren't meant to be. Your actions don't line up. So you say, yeah, I want to be in this relationship, but you're not doing relationship things. And whatever you're saying, we talked about being consistent. You're not being consistent because we have our representative representing us, and your representative can't keep up with who you are pretending to be. Be yourself. Show up authentically. Stop showing up as this person that you want to be, that you're portraying to be, and show up with who you are exactly, so that 3-4 months down the line, you don't have to try to switch it up because you can't keep up with this person that you're pretending to be.
Well, eventually, them roles, they fall to the wayside, and then the real you get to show up. So it's just too much acting and all that stuff going on. I'm like, look, let a person know from the beginning if you're interested or not, because you're wasting time, you're playing games, and it turns into somebody's feelings is going to get hurt.
I mean, I may be interested at first, but then once I started talking to you and get to know you, then it's like, oh no, I'm not. This is not what I thought it was going to be.
But what if you're not interested and then you begin to get to know me and find out that you are interested? Why not give it a chance? Why not see how this person is? You don't know anything about me to say, well, I'm not interested. What are you not interested about? You don't like my physical? Okay, physical fades away. Well, what about this? What about this?
It has to be something to draw me to you, just like men. It's physical for y'all. It's physical for women too. We want to see something that we're attracted to before we start talking to you guys. So if it's nothing there, then it's like, why? Why am I wasting my time over here? Why do I have to sit here and try to get to know you, all of this? It's nothing there initially. Just like guys, if you're not attracted to that person, are you going to try to holler at that person? Let me just get to know her to see if she got a good heart. No, you want to look at the body parts first to see what's attracting you to that person. Yeah. Now, if you're friends with her and down the line, y'all been friends and you see her as a good person and y'all just happen to fall, how often does it happen?
Now, some women
wasting our time that, just let me just get to know.
Oh, no. Let me tell you, some women will look at, oh, this guy, I'm not interested, but guess what? Let me see what bill I could get paid. Let me see what needs to get done or whatever around the house. He'll be good for something, even though I'm not interested, even though I'm not into him, but he'll be good for something.
So now you don't want to help a woman out. You upset because, okay, if you're good at that and that's what you do, and she calls you up and say, hey, I need somebody to come cut my grass. You cut grass.
Well, no, don't put it in there that you know that I'm in it for love, and you just putting it in there for what you can get. No, cut the grass. No, water your grass. Cut your own grass.
Call a company to do it. I wouldn't even bother you to do it because I wouldn't even want you to think that there's something going to be going on because you're doing these things for me. So I wouldn't even call you to do nothing. Absolutely. Okay, Cadillac says sexy doesn't mean showing everything. He's seen women in uniforms and they look sexy. How you dress and how you carry yourself, that's sexy. Kenya says, time out for games. Just say what it is. I'm with you, but a lot of people don't do that, Kenya. A lot of people don't do that. Cadillac says, you are in love. A lot of times it doesn't happen at the same time because sometimes you don't know what that person has been through and maybe they are just being careful. Thank you. That's so true. That's so true. He goes, sorry. He is right, but that's not love.
Wait a minute. I'm just happy, Cadillac. I'm just happy to have a man on the show tonight.
Cadillac, you're supposed to be on my side. Okay. I invited you to the show. You're supposed to be on my side. All right. Resolve, that's just like all the men that play women for sex. Hello.
We ain't talking about them, though. We're talking about men's feelings right now. We ain't talking about them.
You don't want to talk about that.
We ain't talking about that. Look, that ain't my thing because again, I'm not that dude. I have to be emotionally attached to you. I can't just have sex with you and just be done and move on to the next. No, if I'm having sex with you, then I'm looking to build something with you. I'm only having sex with you.
What? Resolve. Come on. You the one in how many men in the world? Come on, Resolve. Don't fall for that, ladies. Resolve out here campaigning.
Look, black men don't cheat.
A lie. Okay. They cheating with somebody.
What's the next one?
Why you in a rush to get off of that Resolve? What's going on?
Well, I know how much time we got.
We got Cadillac Lab. We don't have that much time. Okay, let me see if I can get one in. Earl, what time you want me to end? Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna go a little bit longer.
Okay, good.
What's the next one? Cadillac, don't be laughing because you were supposed to be on my side. Okay, let me see. Did we talk about what's a disrespectful time to come home? And we're in a relationship. What's a disrespectful time to come home?
Well, first of all, never coming home and coming home before the after the sun come up is very disrespectful. If I knew that I was going to be late coming home, if I was out by myself, most of the time I was out with my wife, but if I was out by myself, my time limit would be no later than 2, because that's when most of the things they close. But I try to get out of there before that so I can avoid all of the lurkers and all of that stuff. To avoid all of that, let me get home because I don't want to get in no trouble. I don't want nobody saying, "Oh yeah, I seen him after the club," and because after the club and stuff, we go to the diner, we eat, and you see a bunch of people, in there. It might have been somebody in there. Nope, just go home. 1 o'clock, by 2 o'clock, I was home.
If we're in a committed relationship and we're living in separate households, why are you worried about
relationship or marriage? Relationship or marriage?
I didn't say marriage. I said if you're in a relationship.
Do we live together?
We could live together. We don't have to live together. We're in a relationship. What's a respectful time to come home? If I'm in my own house and I'm paying my own bills, why are you worried about what time I come home?
For me, it's 1 o'clock, and that's whether you or not. Really, honestly, I used to think like I get home whenever the hell I get home, but why you checking me? Why you sitting outside the club with your bonnet on, with rollers in the hair?
I ain't gonna be out the club. You're gonna see me coming out of the club. Kenya said that's definitely the difference between a woman and a man. Women get emotionally. Real quick. We get attached really quick. Jerry said he's tripping. Laugh out loud. Black men don't cheat. Like said, he was with me for a minute. Laugh out loud. Really? You're supposed to be with me all the way. A good time is 2 a.m. Really? But what if the club don't close till like 4 or 5 in the morning? I gotta cut my party in short because you insecure.
If we live together, yeah. Now, this is what I did. I took my wife with me to the club that closed at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, so she can see what happens what's going on at that time, and what I do when I leave the club. I took her numerous times, so she know if I come in at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, she know what I was doing and where I was. So there's no explaining for me to do whatsoever. You've been with me. Hell, if you wanted to, you could have came with me then.
It don't mean jack. Because we operate
It
differently.
means a whole lot, because I'm trying to build that trust with you, that you got to trust me. You got to know the type of person that you have, that you're dating.
Exactly. So I already know that you're not going to be acting the same way that you act with me when I'm not there, because I'm not going to act the same way. I'm going to be free spirit with my friends. I'm not going to act the same way. Don't even try. Okay, after 2 a.m., only legs and liquor stores are open. That's what Jerry said. Thank you, Kenya. It's all about respect. That's all. It's about respecting the person that you with. And that's it. If you insecure, if you know, if I say, hey, I'm going out with my girlfriends and the club don't close at 4 and we're going to get something to eat after that, and I'll be home when we're done eating.
Yeah, like I said, as long as you let them know, even if you're going to be late, maybe you figure to be home by 12, but something happened.
I'm not going to give you a time. I'm not going to give you a time.
Yeah.
Never work.
You might, hey, maybe you got to take such and such home. Hey, I got to go drop such and such off. I'll be there in like an hour or so, or something like that. You know, things do happen. So.
Okay, so Cadillac said it's a difference when you live together or apart. If you're living together, by all means, no later than 1.
See, that's what I said. Are they living together? Are they in a relationship, or they married? It makes a difference with how you're going to move.
Right. So I guess if you're married, that's totally different. If we're living together, 1 o'clock is still early, especially if, come on, Cadillac, you know, most of the parties don't get started until about 12 o'clock. And you want me to leave at 1? I'm supposed to be like, all right, y'all, I gotta go. I'm probably
they didn't start till 10. So
already
by
know.
2 o'clock, but by that time, I'm tired anyway. So
I don't think it's a difference if you're living with somebody or not. It's okay, babe. I'm going to the party. The girls, we're gonna go get something to eat. I'll be home after that. You got my phone. If something go wrong, you know, hey, you got to trust the person that you with.
And that's how I was. Like, hey, enjoy yourself. Like, you didn't even have to call me and let me know. I knew you was with your girls. That's what you told me. Then so be it. I'm not getting up in the middle of the night to go check to see if you are where you say you're going to be or anything. I ain't doing all of that. I ain't doing it. Nope. Mm-mm.
You have to trust the person that you're with. You got to be able, until they give you a reason not to trust them, you just got to trust them. Because otherwise you're going to stress yourself out with what somebody else is doing. You just got to trust and move on. And if you can't trust them, then you with the wrong person, you need to move on.
Exactly. It's all about the person who you with. Know the person you're with.
Okay, I think these are the last 2. So this one, I don't know if we talked about this or not. Should men make the first move?
Nowadays, I would say no. I mean, maybe we should make majority of the moves, but I feel as though, ladies, if there's someone that you see that you're interested, why not throw them signals out there like, hey, you know, I see you. You know, the perfect example. You ever see the Orbit commercial when the guy, he turned to the peacock? He didn't even say a word. You just seen his feathers flutter, and then her eyes was just memorized, and he just shook a little, and boom, they had that connection. You got to throw that out there. You got to shake your tail feathers. No.
I think as ladies, we do. We will let you know if we're interested with our eyes, you know, the words that we say. We may touch you, you know, maybe touch your shoulder or whatever. We do. But most women may not be like, hey, can I get your number? You know, I mean, that's not me. I wouldn't.
Women aren't aggressive enough these days, because nowadays,
yes, they are.
Nowadays, if you come on to a woman, she's looking at you like, what do you want? Why are you bothering me? Men don't like to be rejected. We don't like to be turned down. And like, damn, we could be saying some of the nicest thing, complimenting or doing anything, and next thing you know, oh, you out here being thirsty.
It has to come from somebody we want it to come from. If it's coming from somebody that we don't want to be bothered, we'd be like, I watched this show called Gold Diggers, right? So the woman walking down the street, and the guy trying to talk to her, you know, he's dressed plain, he's trying to talk to her, and she's like, go on, leave me alone. He's like, I just want to know what your name is. You look pretty. She's like, all right, whatever. And then she sees him going to this car, you know, and it's a luxury car. And then she's like, oh, hey, you know, now she wants to talk to him. And he like, just a minute ago, you didn't want to have nothing to say to me. So it depends, you know, so, you know, women, like Kenya said, nowadays, women are vultures. Women are aggressive nowadays. They going after what they want. They're not
at the same time, because again, as we talked about, you're not taking the time to see what he wants or get to know this guy. You could be missing out on your blessing. You could be missing out on the man that could be for you.
Don't nobody care about all that resolve. That comes down the line. The initial meetup, nobody care about all that.
They don't care about it. 2 weeks from now, then wait a minute, 2 weeks from now, he roll out this whole thing or something happened in his life, and you're like, oh my God, if I wouldn't have did this, I would have missed out on all of this. This man treats me so good. You're not even giving him a chance to treat you good or bad. You just straight shut him down from the door.
He gave every man, and we gave every man that wanted a chance. Y'all be calling us sluts.
No, because it's different. Walking to and sleeping with is two different things. I'm just saying, just to talk to and get to, how are you being slutty by talking to get to know? How are you going to get to know who's going to be your soul, who's going to be your mate or whatever?
Again, there's got to be something to draw me to want to even talk to you.
You got to kiss a few frogs.
You don't have to. If you see frogs, just keep moving. Just keep moving. That ain't
unless you're a mind reader. You must be a mind reader. Let me stay out my head.
We have intuition. You have intuition. Use it. God gave it to us for a reason. Most of the time, it works. You just have to be in tune with it. Cadillac says, well, the time is definitely different now. Women know what they want. They know what they want. They and if they don't want it, they don't want it. Kenya says, I beg to differ. Women are very aggressive. Eye contact once or twice will do it. Sure will. It sure will. You know what that was. All right, you guys. All right, this is my last one. So I feel like women should not make the first move, right? Well, let me take that back, because we can make the first move. You can make it subtle with your eyes. You know, you can do the look, and then, you know, you turn away, you play with your hair. Because when a woman plays with her hair, that means she's interested, she likes you. You know, little things, if you're in a conversation with them, you brush, you know, touch his shoulder, somehow try to touch him. And then, you know, laugh, do your little girly laugh, you know, and he'll get it. You know, and if he's not, you know, if he's just like blind to the fact to what's going on, you know, then you can compliment him, you stroke his ego.
So man, women is always doing something to her hair. How do I know that signal is for me or maybe the guy that's next to me? They always bringing out the brush.
Not that kind of, not that. No, I'm not talking.
Yeah, they playing with it. Is that for me? Is that for him?
No, if she's talking to you and she's playing with her hair, if she's talking to you,
oh, she's talking, she's looking me in the eye, and she start playing with. That's the signal. That's the signal to say I'm interested.
Or her tracks may be itching. I don't know. It could be one or the other.
Mine itching right now.
Women something else. It is, but a lot of times we don't listen to our intuition. We just go right past it like it means nothing. And then we want to pray and ask God and ask a psychic what's going on when your intuition had already told you. I'm with her on that. Now you with me on this, Red? Now you with me? Really? It took for the show to get ready to end. Okay. I'm with her on that. I don't want anyone who seems to be easy. Exactly. And then some men get mad because they're like, oh, she working me too hard. Like, why I got to do all this? Why she can't meet me halfway with the hunting? Because you're the hunter, not me. Yep.
Why?
You're the hunter. Why am I chasing you when you're the hunter?
Look, I don't even look at that anymore. I look at, make sure what you wants you back. No. Give me the same and keep that same energy I need that I'm giving out. I need that same energy back.
I'm gonna give you energy. I'm not gonna be a hunter. I'm not gonna be a hunter.
But once in a while, I may need you to initiate some things. Show me that you're interested. Give me something to know that you know, this is what you want, or this is where you want to go or do, or whatever the case. Give me something. Don't just have me out there scratching my head because I'm doing all this. I'm throwing my Mac Daddy vibe and everything out there and whatnot. And then, you know, you're just still not like impressed, like, yeah, but you're doing, you like playing with the hair. Look, I don't know if they're playing with the hair or they're saying which one is it? Is it this way or this way?
Really? Okay, this is my last one. This should be a real quick one. Which is important, connectional chemistry.
Connection.
Why?
I need that connection because this is what my theory. Everybody can have chemistry. We can like the same football teams. We can have the same foods that we like. That's, you know, for me, that's chemistry. Connection is that we sharing a vibe that's on.
Connection is based on direct interactions that are formed over time.
Here we go. See, look, we losing connection now. Okay, you back.
Correction, you're losing connection. Chemistry is a strong mutual attraction between two people that stem from like the meeting of the minds that draw them together. The connection, that was chemistry. So the connection is based on our interactions together, the things that we form together.
Mm-hmm. The vibe. For me, that's the vibe. But we lose them both because we settle for convenience. And that's where the problem come in. Because
people are settling for convenience.
Correct.
Kenya said you need both. You can't have one without the other. Kelly said, don't be aggressive, be yourself. We see a lot too. Yeah, be yourself when it comes to, that's what I said. I was saying be yourself because a lot of people can't keep up that representative that they put out at the beginning, and people woo you with that. They love bomb you. They love bomb you, and you like, oh man, I found my one. You know, he's this, he's that, and then a month later, you know, he done fell off.
Grand opening, grand closing. But what's my favorite quote, Lady ReShell?
I don't know.
Don't be more than what you are. Just be good at who you are.
There you go. Those are resolved words of wisdom. I appreciate it. You guys, this has been an awesome series. We got 4 shows out of this one topic because it was just so much and we couldn't get through everything. And today we wrapped it all up. Resolve, I appreciate your input as well and those words of wisdom that you just gave everybody.
Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate the show. And I hope everybody else gets something from our experiences and what we've gone through. And we definitely got more to bring coming into the new year. We're focusing on getting this platform bigger and better. I'm definitely looking forward to it. It was a very interesting, and I'm quite sure there's more that we can talk about. There's definitely more that we can debate about. And hopefully we'll get around to them as time goes on.
Thank you. Kenya says she loved the show. Thank you, Kenya. I appreciate your input, you guys. Remember, like and share this show out so somebody else can get this information. The final comment is from Cadillac. He says chemistry first and then the connection will or should come. So I'll leave you guys with these words of wisdom. Thank you, Jerry. She said, good show. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys. Couldn't have a great show without your comments. So thank you so much for that. I'll leave you with these words of wisdom. No relationship is all sunshine, but 2 people can share one umbrella and survive the storm. So join me next Monday right here on Intellectual Radio at 6 p.m. As always, thank you for tuning in to Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell. Co-hosting with me today is none other than Resolve Gilmore. Warriors Talk is changing lives, one warrior at a time.
Thank you for listening to this week's edition of Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell. To find out more about Warriors Talk, follow at Warriors Talk, the number 1, on all social media outlets, and Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell on YouTube. Please join us next week and every Monday evening at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on intellectualradio.com for Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell, where we encourage, educate, and empower you into action.